There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 72 of the Great Pendragon campaign. It's amazing to be here. We are getting ready to do the big old battle. If you saw last episode, the Battle of Badon Hill, or Mon Badatis, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, we were marching towards Salisbury. And how are you all feeling about this today? Just players, not as characters.
Oh, I mean, hopefully it'll just we can sort of narrate over it, do a little montage in a couple roles and get onto the winter phase.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was expecting, just test sword, test valor, and then we'll move
I
on.
mean, that's assuming we even want to do it like on screen. We can probably just like it happens in the background. We can wrap it into winter phase, really.
Yeah, we can really just focus on doing a feast at the camp and and then just roll a d6 and on a 5+ you live. That's the end of the
I would love like one character goes off to fight, and so each round of the battle is for them, a round of the feast for the other PC. Just be like, oh, I got a feast card, more wine. And it's like, oh, I'm getting killed by Saxons.
Please. That's some Denethor energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I aspire.
Tomatoes
I
grossly.
aspire to ruin grape tomatoes for someone in my lifetime. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Very good aspiration.
Yeah. So,
Good. This is a big battle, right? Like this is a big.
This is going to be a multiple days long battle or a series of battles. Just spoilers. This is a very, very, very big event, which is why we're dedicating a session to it. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. Yeah. All right. So the first battle will begin. Remember, we are marching to relieve Silchester, which is under siege. So the large army, this again, the greatest army ever amassed in England. Nearly 15,000 strong. You have rushed over to Silchester down the sort of the main road, and you're about to seize the fords of the Kennet and the Enborn rivers. These are two of like 4 rivers that are close to Silchester, Salisbury, Radichan, like right that tri area of the counties. So it's a little bit north of where you all are, like it's a little bit north and northwest of Lovecamagus, effectively, where your guys are at. So this is area you know well. In fact, it's kind of where you were raiding 2 years ago or last year.
Yeah.
It's based. This is sort of the area that coincidentally is going to be the first battle. All right. Scouts. Some forces of King Pelinor's have rushed forwards to kind of like seize these fords, as we see some of the Saxons also begin to try to like skirmish across and around. Cool, we can catch him here. Maybe we can catch him at these fords. Maybe we can fight him in the river, and let's go. And like that's sort of the fight here. So Arthur orders Pellinor and his sort of like skirmishing forces to try to really get across the ford if you can and hold that so we can get across, right? Like give us these fords. And that begins to fight. And the problem is that you just have so many goddamn troops that the ford kind of gets filled up, and there's so many forces that are getting kind of like on reserves that like there needs to be flanking actions, and that's where you all are going to be coming in. So what happens here is that like Arthur is kind of keeping a lot of his round tables to himself right now in sort of reserve, besides with the exception of like King Pellinor right now, and he's giving out these orders. He's going to order Godwin and so Wessex and Lodogratz, Bedegrain. They're going to take up to the Savernac Woods, which are a little bit north in Rydachan, into a flanking position, while he's going to order Salisbury and what's left of Silchester to a flanking action to the south in what are known as the Chilton Hills, which is where you are basically skirmishing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going to be not fighting as part of the main force, but as this flanking action. Basically, you're on the other side of a large river running east-west. I'll bring us over to the map, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So you can see the main force is kind of across the river. You kind of imagine it's almost like an island with another river beyond them, where everyone's kind of getting log jammed. And that's why you guys are kind of sweeping around another side, trying to catch up to this force. and this is where you're going to be meeting some Saxons who are trying to do the same thing to you, right?
Nice.
This battle is way too big for this screen. We're just looking at the small wing of the battle, literally just like one of the flanking actions of just try to get around them, try to get the other side of the ford. Maybe we can do something. All right.
Yeah.
So this is where you're at. With that being said, then I think he has given the Earl, he's given Rufus control of this flank, and that you all are going to be responsible for this. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're here.
The temperature is rather chilly. This is for May. The skies are just that rolling light gray as the Battle of the Fords is underway. So, we have Lord Rufus's battle, which is 16. And
My God, he's not a total idiot.
no, this represents also sort of like his marshal and stuff helping him and everything. So like,
That makes more sense.
right. And we're going against Brethric, who has a 19. So would one of you like to roll for Rufus's side and one would like to roll for the enemies? This is the opening battle.
I'll do the enemy because Jim's character is a Castellan, so you can roll Rufus. There you go, 10.
All right,
easy to beat.
No, it's not.
God.
Okay, that's fine. We're not getting you're not getting that benefit of the charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what this means is that I think it's sort of the size of the Saxons, and they just kind of run up the hill, that they kind of got a little bit of the high ground to you, and that's why you're not getting that +5.
Yeah.
Ignoring the height advantage
Hills.
technical modifier thing, but just kind of like that's the idea, right? So that's what's going on, and let's get ready to rumble then. Your first charge is going right. So you guys we're pretty much right in the heart of this battle. You guys are in the middle. You're fighting Saxon Horthnauts. These guys are not to be trifled with. You fought them several times. These guys are lightly armored, but they hit so fucking hard.
Yeah, they do.
These guys, so they have axes. Thank God they don't have spears. But I get, like, you just see, like the first thing you guys saw when you're doing this charge, right, and like trying to catch these guys, just all of the banners. Like your own banners are all like on spinnerets, and like your guys' flanking action again is like literally the size of like every battle you ever been in, right?
Yeah.
Like this is huge.
We've been in battles where it was basically only like 1 or 2 counties involved, and this is like 3 counties is the wing. It's like one of the smaller parts of the battle.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to point at, is that like this is a full-size battle for all of you. But the difference here is that the immensity of the number of random like pennants and like the Saxon versions of their heraldry, right? Like they got everyone. They also have everyone, right? And they've also have like there's like Pictish banners, there's French like heraldry in there, for mercenaries and stuff. Like there's this huge confederation of just like banners and skulls and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And you guys are just like, all of your little like pinneret like things on the top of your lances and stuff, and it's just like they just have it looks like they have twice as many as you, because, but like in terms of the numbers it's relatively even, but just in terms of the disparity and like the different force composition, it just makes it look like there's so many more as you guys are like getting ready to charge. All right, so let's hit their line. This will not be a full battle. This will just be like the advanced battle part. This is going to be the test to see what happens here.
Okay. So we get a lance charge, but we don't get the +5 bonus. But we do get the +5 bonus for being mounted, and they don't have spears.
Correct. The +5 bonus for being mounted. No, yeah, you're right. That counts.
Okay. I am not going to invoke a passion yet.
Yep, that would be the next question.
You know what? I'm gonna try my love of wife. because we are pretty close to Salisbury right now, and
Fighting
I
for
think
Salisbury sounds like a good idea.
yeah, I think
It is,
the uxorious sort of tendencies of Aeswin is like I'm fighting not just for Salisbury but for my wife. Like I need to fuck these Saxons up so they don't even get anywhere near my beautiful lazy flower. So 10% chance of making this one. Fuck! Oh, so close.
Oh, so close. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, by the way, the reason why we're calling on these passions, we are using the 6th edition passion rules, so this isn't the -5 penalty for calling on lower passions.
Yeah.
I want to point that out in case anyone is looking at it. They were listed out in the new starter adventure kit from that, but in general, failing a lower passion under 16 doesn't give you any bad effects. Unless you like, I think fumbling might, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Fumble still
only-
sends you in a melancholy.
Only if you fumble.
Yeah.
So, all right, success. I forgot to put the +5 in there, but it doesn't matter.
You still can't crit, buddy, no matter what you do. No one.
Yeah, that would still be the +5. Would be
This one's for Aeswin.
19.
I am calling on loyalty of Lord because this is the first time I think we've really fought under Rofus in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah,
That's true.
I might invoke that later. My loyalty of Lord is sub 16.
Uh-oh.
Could have been worse.
Oh, yours is even lower, and you're the Castellan. For
Yeah,
shame,
well, you want to deal with this.
Yeah, you're just like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's under 15, so he's not. It doesn't have a penalty for that. Didn't fumble it.
Correct.
That's not good.
But that doesn't give you a penalty, correct?
No.
Yeah, because only famous passions give you that stuff. Failures give you no results here. Okay. All right. That means I just have to roll the Hearthgronauts for Jim. They actually should be rolling with 5-. Okay. Low dice this round. You guys are going to win this round. Meaning, despite the faltering, Rolfus, you don't really know where he is, or he's not doing the thing that a lot of leaders do, where it's like you know where they are in the battlefield, and like has that sort of presence, that charisma. Rather, you guys are just sort of all kind of clashing.
Yeah, has the charisma of a wet sock.
True. But you all are doing well. You don't have to roll damage. Well, I guess you do to see if your lances break, I guess, would be a thing. But we're not doing the damage part. This is just to determine whether or not you win victory for the battle round of this stuff. This is going to be a long
I'll save
round.
that. We'll save that 24.
The
good roll. We'll pocket that one.
Yeah.
I rolled really well.
Exactly, right? So your intensity is going to have 10. I believe now you have to roll. I believe we get to the maneuver choice part now. Following this of what you guys want to do. So you all won. Or sorry, now we have. So we roll back to the battle part of another test of battle, and that determines your maneuver choices as things go. I've already rolled what the battle event is, and that the enemies. It's just we're at a standstill. It can go either way.
Okay. And we have the 3d 6 minus 10 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's where I just roll for the battle events and stuff. That was a 0. So that makes it so your current level of intensity is going to go to it would be going +10 because of the position that you're in. But you're also considered normal. So you're not going to be dealing with or like you're not disordered or anything like that. But I want to draw a circle. You're at 30 right now. But this will immediately can go down based on the actions you want to do as we're fighting. Okay, so that means we roll another test for battle and we determine that gives us our maneuver choices. Okay.
Okay. There goes roll.
And if I mess up anything about the battle unit intensity, let me know.
Tie.
Oh, 4.
Yeah. Double force. What's a tie?
Plus terrain plus battle zone. Okay. A tie means both neither you both critical. I think it's just a partial success then, because tie, neither of you criticaled,
Right.
neither of you failed, and neither of you fumbled.
Yep.
Oh, so I guess it's this right hand list the most down here. It's attack first position, which isn't true. You can just continue to attack. You can attack first 2, attack with another, charge, chase, follow, pull back, follow, remove from battle, run away, stand fast, stand with another, or withdraw. So you still have the opportunity to withdraw. Withdrawing here will reduce your intensity and allow you to charge again. So that's which is the equivalent of like if you would have won and wanted to do that. But attacking here would mean you're fighting more Hearthknots.
Yeah. I mean, I think we want to just generally be attacking because we want to break them. It'd be nice to pull back and get another charge, but
it's more risky.
What makes it risky is that every time you're not disengaging, your own intensity is building up, right? Because you're in the killing grounds. So like you don't want to get your score super high,
right?
Because that means
right.
And that's the risk. Is like it's like you're trying to like flash fry something, so you want to put it in on the heat, then take it out of the heat, then put it in the heat, and rather than like stay in the heat, but you need to be in the heat long enough for the thing to fucking cook. So like it's
right.
Like, that's the risk.
Yeah. Okay. Feel like that if we withdraw, we get the possibility of a bigger bonus from a charge,
and our intensity goes down.
Our intensity goes down. Like if it wasn't evenly matched, I could see a reason to stay and fight. But like I don't want to be stuck in a meat grinder.
Yeah,
like this.
No,
done that enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think trying to withdraw and go for another charge is the way to go.
Sure. Okay. I can't. Okay, sure. So I love the idea that the camera is on Gorthrin and sort of like the like all of the Castellans basically with the Earl of like you're all just like you're fighting through, like you're basically in lockstep with your men at foot and stuff like that of like what do we do next, right? And the Earl's like, we just need another charge to break them, right? Like that's that Kimric spirit is a charge, right? And that's the glorious move. And so
yeah.
Exactly. All right. So you guys are going to withdraw. That brings you back down to 10. I need to roll the 3d6 minus 10. Ooh, minus 6 is good. The enemy units are faltering. So that is
about to happen.
Yeah. That brings it down even more.
It could be that our sun withdrawal, they were getting ready for the stand-up fight, and they're like, shit, like do we pursue? Do we hold here?
Exactly.
And suddenly their line is kind of in a little bit of confusion.
Right. Spread out, a bit loose.
Okay. So your intensity is really good. So we just need another battle roll against a 4.
It's a 4.
Mm-hmm. This is your unit. So like Rufus's unit, and you roll it against the intensity.
Oh, against the intensity.
Good. Yep, it beats the 4. I don't think I have to roll.
Consist around. Come on, Earl.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Okay, so you guys win, which means you're able to charge. So let's rock and roll.
Now we get plus 10. We are mounted. They don't have spears, and we get the charge bonus.
Correct.
Awesome.
All right. There we go.
I don't need a passion on this one either, to be honest.
So you're back in the killing zone.
Yeah. Kidding me?
That's incredible. Your dice are.
I have a 26. Oh.
Literally rolling 2.
One of these days, I'm gonna
Base
get a
win.
crit
And
for a skill that I
Chilton.
have. I fucking lost with a 26.
Yeah.
It means you lost that go about too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Corthron, did we get a lance roll from you?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, you 17. Oh, grand. Okay, so just saw that. Sorry. Awesome. Okay. So then it's going to be 1 win and 1 loss.
Oh, that's right.
For the round here. Which is going to be a partial success. So your unit intensity is not going to be decreased, which is not good. At least you didn't charge or anything, or fumble or anything like that. But that does mean then your options for what you can do are not as good. I believe you can either stand verse 2. With a partial, you can attack verse 2, stand fast, or pull back is the other one. So you can stand, so you can either stand first. So you have to stand first 2, or pull back. Those are like your main 2 choices.
Okay.
And pullback is different from withdraw.
Correct. Because you were 1, you're
okay.
able to withdraw. Pull back is like a fighting retreat.
Right, right. That's what I don't think we want that.
No, not that doesn't sound good. Who are the other we're facing? We got the Hearthgonauts, and then who else? Are they other foot soldiers?
I'm glad you
or-
asked. No.
Okay.
They are French mercenary knights.
That could go either way.
Yeah.
It's like,
they have horses, like they're as armored
Right.
as you. You don't know their skill level.
right.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yep, let's do it.
I will say they don't look fresh,
Yeah.
Very rarely,
Yeah.
very
Neither do we,
rarely
to be
get fresh.
honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I guess we're fighting then, because otherwise we'd have to.
I don't like the idea of like a retreat. Like the pullback is us in
different.
control.
Yeah.
If we can hold this and then maybe get them to start pushing back, then we might be able to collect ourselves, reform and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna stand verse 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to. You rolled a 12 for battle, which adds 4 plus the original 4 plus 10, so you're back to 18. All right, stand verse 2. Let's do it. So how do you all want to split up your shit for round 3?
I'm going to try and invoke my loyalty to Lord. Yeah. Loyalty to the Lord. It's going to give me a little +5, but I think this is Acewin sincerely trying to give a shit about Rofus.
Yeah.
Like, it's still 15. It's not like super low. It's just like it's just below that. Like, it's actually important to her threshold. So okay, so I get +5. That brings my sword up to 21. So I will. Or is it the bonus before or after you split?
The +5 is for being mounted. It was only going to go against the Hearthgonauts because the French knights are mounted. So those bonuses don't get split; they get factored in. So you're always going to get +5 to the Hearthgonauts for free.
Okay. But the passion bonus I just rolled.
Passion gets applied
Does
to
that-
both.
Okay. Good. Okay. Then I will do, if I do 8 and 8, then I have 18 and 13 against the knight. I don't mind that. That's what I'm going to do. So 18 versus Hearthgonaut and 13 versus the French knight.
So you're getting So your loyalty lord gives you +5 on that success rather than the normal +10 that gold edition would. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Boom.
Test
Success.
my love of family.
Okay. Still terrible rolls, but
And yeah, thank you. These are swords or non lances, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we are. This is Acewind's strike. This is going to be Hearthgranot. And this is Mercenary Knight.
Look me.
Ooh.
And Gorthrin, you call on your love of your family.
All the family. So that gives me a +5 because I don't crit it. According to the new passion results. So I'm splitting mine 13-10 with the 13 becomes an 18. That's going to go to the knight, and then the 10 becomes a 20, and it's going to the Hearthgranot.
Oh yeah, so 20 to the Hearthgranot.
Let's see. I gotta do some subtraction to the values here real quick.
Yeah.
The way the modifiers go.
Your guy got a 5.
So
We tie.
Tied. So tie on a sword, that breaks his axe, yeah?
It does break his axe. Correct.
This is the knight.
Is that a fail?
That's a fail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I had to split it. It is 18. All right, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, so let's deal with the passes here. So you got 2 passes. You got one success versus like 3 failures. All right,
Yeah.
so this is a
It's
loss.
a bad one.
This
Yeah.
is not great. Yeah.
All right, so what this means is that Rolfus is like just one good charge, trademark, that glorious charge will break their backs, has not worked. It has gained like the mercenaries' attention of being like, oh, we need, like, let's move over there and like let's go. Those are good people to be captured.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're fighting for you. So I think this next round, because of this failure, is we're gonna have to do the test here. But I definitely think the mercenary knights here want to stick it with you. I think the Hearthganauts are pretty much gone. you all went through those guys. It's gonna be French Knights. I'm gonna roll another random group to see who you're gonna be fighting. Okay. But the French Knights are sticking around. I think the idea here is they're fighting to capture you.
Okay.
Yep.
Obviously, like they have to succeed multiple times in order to capture you all. Like that's not the immediate threat, but that's their strategic goal.
That's
right
their
now.
aim.
Especially as mercenaries, right? Like that's they get your money.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah, they make a real good name for themselves.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this. All right, so we have to do our maneuver rolls. So for this one, when you guys lose, your unit intensity is going to go up by 10. So you're going to be 28.
That is so close to the 30 threshold that we do not want.
Yeah, for real.
No, you guys are actually then adding the 10 for the battle zone modifier, so you're at 38.
That's almost at the 40 that we don't want.
Correct.
Where are the other intensity thresholds?
All right.
So you're rolling against a 38, which isn't
Yep.
going to really work.
Okay.
I'll roll the d20 plus 18. And then you can roll Rufus's battle. I beat it. I got 21, so it's not actually.
Yeah.
But I think a crit against you might be very bad. It means you're going to get.
Bad.
It means that you're probably going to get charged, or you're attacked by 2 enemy units.
I don't know. Rufus got a crit too.
Rufus!
Oh my god! Oh my
Rufus.
god! This is like Darkest Dungeon when you get like a Valorous, or like that's when you like holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Let's see what you got when you got to dig
Did
deep.
Rufus's voice just drop 3
Yeah.
actives?
Yes.
Is that what, did he just hit puberty now? Is that finally a
Oh my
thing?
god, it's a crit versus a crit. Which of course that means I have to look up what it means when you both are surprised. I don't even know what that.
Yeah.
A surprise. All right. Can you roll a d20 for me, Jim? Since you rolled for Rufus, let's just keep it up, and this will tell you what it is. An 18. An 18 on this list is your unit commander ties, normal choice of maneuvers, and the enemy is weak. There's only 1 foe per 2-player knights. It's the French knights, right? They obviously like thought this is over.
They didn't wait for their sport. Yeah.
Yep.
Classic French knights.
Right. They get greedy.
They wanted the ransom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're
Oh,
mercenary knights, right?
Yep.
Like they're not.
Yeah.
They're not Saxons. They don't have a dog in this hunt. They're
exactly.
like, oh, we can get paid even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think it's what it exactly. They get out of position. They're trying to fight to basically disarm you to get you to surrender, and it's like we're not there yet. They just overconfidence.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Love it. Love to see it.
So all of a sudden you all get to just gang up on some random French knights. So you guys can like kind of work together here against the same guy.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. What a way to pull victory from the jaws of defeat here. That's insane. I love it.
This might be the first time I respect Rufus.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And I think it might be that like what does Rufus's battle like crit look like here? Because it's not just that they fumbled, right? It's that
I think to me it's kind of like, okay, so they spotted an opening, they had us on the back foot, and they've got the impetus behind them. They probably are trying to like regroup for a partial charge or bring in some fresh whatever. There's just like a split second where there's a gap in their cohesion that we can just plow right into.
If you want to indulge me, no, go ahead, Colin. But I want to hear too.
It's the way I think of it is the temptation. If you're like having a moment of weakness, the temptation is to like pull your reserves up and like stop the weakness. And I think the really savvy move is maybe to exploit their weakness rather than shore up your own. Yeah. Like instead of turtling, counterpunch.
Yes. Okay. And in that spirit, I honestly think that it's like, I think like Rufus pulls out like a fucking like amazing sword move, like decapitates a guy. You know what I mean? Like this is that moment of like, how do you know he could do that? You know, like he had it in him.
Don't think he knew he could do that.
Yeah, and that's the truth is that he didn't have to do it either, and like that's why all of a sudden they stammer, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! All right, let's gang up on this French knight. I'm not going to invoke anything.
One good charge, boys.
No charge bonus, so it's just my sword 16. Maybe I do want to invoke something.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna just raw dog it. Here we go. God damn it! This is gonna be the one time I roll high. Well, you know, at least I'm consistent.
These knights are gonna fight.
Fucking consistent.
These knights are gonna fight defensively. Yeah, like after that. But you all can gang up on them. So. All right, so he beats that and loses to Jim. So Jim, you still to do like you would do damage to them per se.
His was an 18 after the split.
He was fighting defensively.
Oh, okay. So he gets a +10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So like again, so like you're not getting any like, you know, your victory is positional rather than like capturing these people, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
With the exception, Rufus killed that one guy, and
we're not here for the money.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in it to win it.
Yep. Awesome. I think at this point, I would love it if one of you could make or both of you make awareness tests for me. Sort of like giving a general, what's the tempo of the battle like?
Hey, success.
There we go.
Lovely. Yeah, so both of you realize that like with the falling of the French knights here, you're beginning to break through their lines. That your flank is beginning to win. But when you get to the river, you see that Arthur is not doing as well, and that and in fact they've been falling back. And at this point, you have your choice of, do you want to go fight across the river when Arthur's trying to pull back, or do you pull back yourselves? That this battle is not as far from over. You know, it's like you've been fighting all morning.
Mm-hmm.
Do you try to cross the river and help them, or do you want to pull back yourselves? And you have these options. Effectively, these guys are going to rout.
The ones we were facing.
Yeah, pretty much like this flank begins to crumble, and I'm asking for like the next part of it. What do you guys want to do for the rest of the day one of this battle?
Does it look like Arthur is like? Is it a ordered withdrawal? Like they're pulling back, or is it like they're close to routing?
No, it's an ordered withdrawal. It's just that basically, despite your guys' success, it was taking too long, and that yeah.
There's twice as many of them.
Yeah, exactly. And that it's just it's not It's not working well.
Is there a way to like harass the enemy from our side of the river? Like, do we have archers that could
Yeah, you definitely have
pour arrow and
Cumbrian.
fire to their
Yeah,
flank?
absolutely. Like a lot of the
I
folks
know
from Escavalon and folks like that, you have Cambrian archers that would be happy to do that.
Yeah.
But like you guys are on horses. Like that's not what you do.
No, that's not. Yeah, this is a job for like light infantry and skirmishers and shit like that. Yeah.
I rolled reckless versus prudent because I really wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I think Acewin is going to advocate for let's make sure that this withdrawal is even more orderly by fucking up Arthur's opponent.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a sincere better tactical advantage for doing one or the other. I think maybe the prudent option would be like get your rest while you can, because you know that we're going to be fighting tomorrow. Like anyone can kind of see that this is not, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's entirely in the air.
So that's what Acewin is yelling for. It's like, let's go. But Acewin is only in command of her own skill, so does not have any influence over Rufus for this decision.
Yeah. Let me roll what their reckless would be, because I've never had to test the Earl's recklessness. So it's a 1. Okay, so he's extremely prudent. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, that scans.
Yeah. All right. So he's so the Earl is actually based on this, he's basically renownedly prudent. So he's which tracks. He's prudent but venal. So yeah. Okay. He's like, no. We fall back. We'll crash up with Arthur back at Donington at the cross. Do you guys want to argue with him, or?
Gorthmer does it. I think that's a good move. Like, we could easily exhaust ourselves and just get snuffed out if we. Like, Gorthmer's trying to learn a lesson from the last time in the last battle he was in, where he was just like push forward. Nothing. All of his retinue dies. He's laid up. Like, I think Gorthron's in a very prudent mindset too. Right.
So I love the idea that like Acewin, you're doing the thing that Gorthron always does, right? Like, cool, let's go all in. And then Rufus is like, no, let's pull back. And then, like, you look to like Acewin and like, or you look to Gorthron, right? And Gorthron's just like, what does your face look like?
I think this is a really interesting moment because Acewin's battle is so high.
Yeah.
Like, she is really good at this, but right now she's not thinking clearly. And so that her high battle, I think, informs her recklessness, where she's like, no, I know how to do battles.
Yeah.
Like, we should press forward. And like, that's not really the right move here, maybe.
Or it is the right move, but other people aren't seeing it as well as you.
Right.
Like it's hard. Yeah. And it's also kind of ties in how like you've been kind of ignored when it comes to battle.
I haven't
all the time
performed particularly well this battle either. I think I'm actually, I'm gonna.
Do people think you're hungry?
I'm gonna roll modest versus proud. Acewin's gonna fall in line. Like, we're gonna fall back. We're gonna fall back. But this is whether or not she like maybe says something that she maybe shouldn't.
Okay.
Yep. Acewin knows how to eat her humble pie.
Yeah, to be a good soldier.
Yep. She will brood in private.
Yeah. Enough blood has been shed this day.
Yeah, that feels right. That feels right for Acewin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. So for the 4 rounds today, you gain 60 glory for each of these rounds.
Nice.
And don't forget to mark your checks for any crits that you had. Actually, I don't think any
glory for each one.
For each round, 60 glory. It's Badon Hill, baby.
240 total then. Wow.
Battle of the forts, was it? What we're calling
the forts. Yeah, it's the Battle of the Forts.
Okay, that was 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Okay. Arthur has fallen back to the town, the defenseless town of Donington on the Royal Road, as sort of where we're going to camp and make our stand. And unfortunately, the rains are getting much worse as you guys are retreating back and setting up camp. It's fact. Yeah. By the morning, the ground has turned to mud, and it continues to rain. as we set up
Hey,
for
love
battle.
that effect. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, if there's a muddy field, we could make a fight across.
Well,
I was just thinking that.
and that's what everyone's thinking as everyone's saddling up. And
Yeah,
Arthur says, "Get off your horses."
I was about to say, like, what if we dismount on this one? I know
Yeah, I was gonna say,
charging
they're
is
gonna make us
great.
dismount, I bet, at some point.
Mm-hmm. He says, "Our horses won't do any good in this mud."
Okay. Well,
And he says, "We're going to need their strength later." So Arthur's brain is already thinking ahead when he says
love
this.
to see him come into his own here.
Yeah.
Would I be able to get
real quick?
Yeah.
Apparently Arthur has slown like 300 people on his own, is what people are saying. No one's seen it or anything like that. But like you've heard 500, you've heard 300 on the first day.
Yeah.
That like he is super here to fight. Like there's Anyways.
Yeah. Maybe not getting a charge or mounted bonus, but would Aeswyn be able to use Lance if she rode Gorthrin into battle? Is that
Little papoose.
yeah?
Master blaster situation.
I don't. If there's any
the height, you get the height bonus for fighting, but you don't run fast enough to gain
charge. Gorthrin doesn't have the breakaway speed we need.
Yeah, of a charger.
Doesn't have the bone structure.
That's really where the thrust comes in. But yeah,
I would pay hard money. I would pay hard money for someone to draw fucking Aeswyn in a papoose of Gorthrin with the lance.
Yeah.
Let me at him.
I didn't take that feat, so can't do that.
Sure.
Yeah. So the rain is also going to be inhibiting archers on both sides.
Yeah.
Your bowstrings are soaked through. They're going to break. And similarly, like, good luck throwing javelins through the storm.
That does not hurt us more than it hurts them. I think that's good.
So
yeah. Okay.
Despite the deaths on both sides here, it's too early to count the dead so long of like who's missing and who's stuff like that, right? Like no one really knows. And the fact is that there's so many freaking people that no one can get a head count, right? It's just going to be impossible. So you're just fighting with everyone who's around. And so the true size of this day is going to be unknown. All right, but Arthur is going to be battling today against King Ea, the Bretwalda. And that's going to be rolling against. You're going to be part of the main force. You all are going to be fighting on the left flank. Again, he is drawing largely on Pelennor to kind of like hold his middle. He's his while relying on I guess kind of Ulfius and whatever's left of Silchester as sort of his vanguard.
How old is Pelennor at this point?
Both Pelennor and Ulfius are old as shit, and
shit.
but they're not showing it at all today, right?
No, why would they?
No,
fucking monsters.
They're like, oh boy, this place is imagine them like fighting like, it takes me back, man. It takes me real back.
Yeah,
this is it. I don't have another one of these in me. This is it. Yeah, right. This is the time.
Once more into the fray.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have Arthur and Ea square off. Arthur, because you guys are no longer mounted, you're taking a -5. And then just in general, just so you know, for all your attacks today, you're going to be taking -5 because of the rain.
Okay. That's sort of a blanket for everyone. Do we have any like earthworks or defensive field fortifications or anything set up?
No. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be difficult to dig.
It would be very, it's far too muddy.
Don't want Rodney stakes.
Yeah. And there's nothing like you could leverage to start off of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hedgerows.
Muddy field of England. Okay, what's I'll roll for Ayla. What's his battle?
22.
Arthur's got any better?
Arthur's is 17.
It has, technically.
It's 17 with the modifier.
God love you. This is why you want me rolling for Ayla, because why would I roll high? Why would I roll high? It worked for us this time.
Well, that would have been a crit for Gorthrin.
I'll roll for Arthur. Or you just did.
Okay.
Grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yep. All right. So you guys are gonna get the first charge off. Or I guess not really
Hell
charge.
yeah.
It's just sword. You gain you gain the +5 for the
It's still
initial
a
advantage.
charge, right? We're
Yeah.
just running.
I mean, I kind of would allow the opening volley attack kind of gives you that advantage of like setting things up. So yeah.
Sword +5, but then -5 for the mud, so it's just regular.
Well, yes, but also
So
I need to open the random enemies.
Yeah, who are we facing?
I have a Saxon in a can. Here it is. You're gonna be fighting. What does that mean? Times dual armed warriors ×2. Oh, so you're each okay. You'll be fighting 2v1. But the good news here is that one of them has a bow, which is useless.
Right.
okay. Hell yeah.
So you're gonna be fighting two guys, basically just your just peasants that have just been swarmed again, right? Because you guys saw way back in the day how Saxons swarm, right? They just go town to town and are like, come on, we're going, and just snowball.
Yeah, get your spear and shit. Let's go.
Yeah, and you just snowball out, and that's exactly what you're fighting against. You're just fighting folks with maces and stuff like out here that are just farm
Okay. I'm going to invoke something I rarely do: hatred of Saxons. In this case, I think it manifests as Acewood having a deep-seated contempt for these. Are they even warriors? Right? Like they're just some assholes who picked up a spear and decided to come to our home and wreck up our house. So fuck you.
Yeah.
That is not remotely
passed.
Nope.
No.
I'm glad. I'm glad where I'm.
You know why I think? I think it's. You know why? I think they probably call out maybe for Aswin. You know, for Jarl Aswin. You know, for Elder Aswin, and you're like, I know that name.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, Dad named me after a fucking Saxon.
Yeah, and it's that guy. You're fighting like the branch of random dudes that are lorded over by him. So you're fighting the Angles.
Okay, love it. All right, cool.
I'm gonna go for Loyalty Lord again. It's a new day. Yeah, this is not
correct. This is a new day. Yeah, correct.
Hot damn.
All right,
Jim,
okay.
you are on fire. You are on fire.
Does that instantly raise it?
Looking. Does it?
For the new ones, hold on.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't see any.
For the new ones,
it says is inspired.
It is. It's not a famous, so yeah, it's actually just +5.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you're getting +5 for this. Is this like a speech, or is this like what is it? Is it just after the last battle of seeing Rufus like take off ahead of somebody? Like, is there a cool thing you say to him? Like, or is there something like he needs you to like step up, or what? What does this loyalty look like?
Like I think like this is a culmination of seeing like what Gorsford hopes is a genuine change in Rufus. Like he's finally taking his responsibilities and duties seriously, and also like a seeing of a maturity in Arthur. Like I think just Gorthrin is emboldened by the fact that even though we're outnumbered, even though we're on the back foot, like our leaders have their heads on their shoulders. They have a plan. Like we could be running around like, chickens with our heads cut off. So I think he just feels confidence from like the position of leadership that everybody's in.
It is exactly that. It feels like, there's kind of that expression of like the Marines and how like the Marines just kind of embrace like the vocational of just being in the suck of like never having the right stuff and everything's terrible, but just kind of loving being in that situation. It's kind of like the situation of this complete just chaos of a battle, but also feel like you're kind of taken care of and everyone here wants to be here. And like the esprit de corps is like probably the best way of describing it. Just the sense that everyone is here and everyone's doing the same thing and no one here is slacking, especially after the first battle day. Yeah. And that's inspiring, definitely. For sure.
It's a good day to die.
Yeah. You couldn't pick a better bunch of knights to die around.
Absolutely not.
Cool. All right, so you two are each going to be fighting 2 units. Okay. Again, but you're gonna be fighting against kind of low quality.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this?
I only got a sword of 16, so I think I'm gonna go 15-1. Right, 1 on the archer and then 15 on the other.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because they don't at this low. When you split it, anything below 50% is like almost not worth it. You kind of like, if I'm gonna have to roll against an 8, I might as well roll against a 1.
Sure. Yeah. Take one of them out at least.
Exactly, and because we're fighting one of them as a bowman, I'm gonna try and ignore that guy. So
Yeah.
Here's first up is against the bow.
Here's mine against the bow, or here's the bowman. Also loses. Okay.
Love it. Yeah, perfect. All right, and then -1. This is against the other guy.
Yeah, the mace man.
Yes.
And you
All
beat
right.
them. Okay. Good.
Close to a crit, not quite. So
Slicing through them. All right, Jim.
Yeah.
You're inspired.
Right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So first one is going to be, I'm splitting it 13-10. So the first one's going to be
Archer 13.
with bow. The Freedman
Okay.
will get that, but with the bonus, it becomes 18.
Understood.
So it'll actually be 18-15.
Okay. So we're doing the reverse order here. So this will be the non-bowman. All right. They beat you. And basically a dagger wielding archer.
Yeah.
now you're
screaming
rolling
at
like
you with his
Ace-Win.
friend.
Yeah.
Hi. Incredible. Okay.
He's just in the mud.
Yep. Okay. I think that's what it is. It's just you're gonna be fighting hand to hand.
Yeah, it's just nasty fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
But you are also getting hit for. I mean, the damage for these guys is only 3d6. So.
Okay.
No, we didn't take any damage from the
No.
last fight.
Yes.
Is that on purpose?
Sorry,
Okay.
I don't think I said it. Yeah, no, that's correct. Because this is a gritty round. The first round for this is gritty.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the first one was to Colin, because I believe I beat you for one of them.
Nope.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Then Jim, yeah, it just clings off of you.
Either way, claims
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are fine.
Good thing I got that armor.
The first one was a failure versus failure, and I beat him on the second.
Right. Okay. Then you roll your damage to them.
66. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
chunky.
yeah, they have 8 armor, so like 19 damage for them is gonna be like a major wound for sure, and like
Oh yeah.
they're falling down and they're out of the fight. You guys are winning this one. You're
Perfect.
slicing through these guys, but it's almost like one falls, 2 more take their place, and so you're fighting against 2 again today.
I love
the same
the
guys.
contrast. I love the contrast. Like Acewin kind of embraces how the mud is just gonna fuck everything up, and so it's like, I'm gonna focus on the one guy I can, and Gorthrin's like, oh, I can handle it all,
Yeah.
I got 'em all.
Yeah.
and then it just becomes a mess.
Yeah. That's nasty. Wear us out with their trash troops.
Pretty much. All right. The next round of this battle today, at the Battle of Donington, you all are going to be fighting against 2 troops again. Similarly, just kind of these swarms of these peasants, man. So you're fighting against 2 more troops. Only these ones aren't archers. These ones seem to have spears.
Okay.
Right. So the mace and spears are the ones you're fighting against.
Got it. Is it time?
Spear.
I don't think there's
Is
a
it
battle test
time?
needed for you guys all, because that's more like, because you're part of Arthur's main force is kind of why I'm not doing that part of the battle, right? Because that's
Yeah.
sort of like his thing.
Mhm.
Effectively, you guys are all up here on the left flank, and you're just making sure again that the forces don't buckle to Arthur's main. That's all you
Yep.
do.
Yeah. Anchor that.
And
that in.
what my map and representation here doesn't show is just like, you don't know the end of the reserves for the Saxons. It just seems that they have limitless reserves.
Sure.
And that's kind of the scariest part of the battle. It's not just these thin lines. It's just that you guys have a relatively thin line. You know where your reserves end. right?
Yeah.
But it's
We also can't see anything because we're not on horseback.
yeah.
Like, you can't see over the head of the sea of people. You see like the first 3 or 4 of them. Yeah.
And
I'm trying to
it's the truth. It's the scariest part.
Trying to decide is, do I go sicko mode? Do I try and roll one of my famous passions? Because that's risk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll honor. I think we're in the mud, and I think Aeswyn wants to prove herself and is like, a knight should be a knight, and I should be a knight, no matter how much mud is covering me. So don't roll high, Colin. Thank Christ. All right. So I get a +10 instead.
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
That applies to both guys.
Both opponents, exactly. So now I'm going to roll. Let's do 10 and 6. So I'm going to roll 1 to 16. 16 against the spear and a 20 against the mace. Yeah, that works. Okay, so here's against the spear. Fuck me. If I had split evenly, that would be a crit. And that's okay. So I wanted one auto success is really the thing.
Here's the 2 attacks coming at you. So you're gonna taking 1.
Lose 1, win 1. That works for me.
And pretty much you can't take any damage from these guys.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. All right. So we got
the good news is that my pre-rolling of the Saxon tables, you all are fighting 2v1s, but nothing of like particularly glory or damage. It's just tiring you out.
It's just gonna tire. Yeah. One of them will get lucky on a crit and get us or something. Okay, so I'm going to split mine. Instead of 13-10, I'm gonna go 18-5. And with my bonus, that brings it up to 23 and 10. And then mace, and I'm going for mace guy first with my full.
Mm-hmm. And
I think we both recognize mace is probably slightly more dangerous than the spear.
Yeah, right. So the Saxons are just being cut down, but there just doesn't seem like there's an end to them. And like one by one, there's a little bit fewer pendants around you all, right? As you guys are continuing to like hold here. Neither making any progress or losing.
Both of us just ignored the guy with the spear.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's my first mace. Got the crit, and then spear I failed.
Good lord. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know what 8 armor is going to do against your crit sword.
12d6.
Bifurcate that dude. Yeah. It's entirely just split in half.
Nice.
Yeah, jeez, that's more than his that's more than his maximum HP by far.
Chunky salsa, love it.
Yeah. So I think no awareness test is needed for this part of the battle, but there are cries of like terror and just like blood curdling screams coming from like the center of the battlefield. Something's happened. It's the Saxons are like getting enraged, basically. Like kind of as you guys are like cutting, imagine like the rain is coming down, the skies are all dark, you guys are fighting through. There's a you just cut through this dude. There's a slight break and a slight pause from the constant action. Can each of you give me an awareness test?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Or folklore, whichever's higher.
I am actually still because I'm inspired, right? I get the +10 bonus.
Correct. Either folklore or awareness.
There we go. Would have passed either way. Look at that.
Yeah, my folklore's nothing.
Okay. So both of you are aware. Arthur has probably broken through the ranks of somebody and has dealt a terrible blow to someone special.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
And that could mean like the welling of the ranks around means that everyone's pretty much fighting to the death and is loyalty out of their minds.
Yeah.
Okay. So expect everyone's pretty much gonna so like expect everyone to fight twice as hard basically after this moment.
Sometimes in some ways I feel like with the Kimric Knights we are most dangerous when our lord is like there, and then if they die, it's like that is we're like, oh shit, gotta go home now.
Yeah,
But with the Saxons, I almost feel like they're just like the regular fight, and then you killed my lord. Now I'm going. Now I'm going hard.
Angry. Yeah,
Exactly.
mode. All right.
All right. Yeah. So the cries for Woden go out. You know, the from a grandiose picture, it's like wolves and ravens in the clouds above the storm. As a great king joins the ranks of Woden's spiritual armies. And
we don't know who fell though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yep.
You can guess.
So pretty much the whole army gets to fight as passioned is the gist here. So again,
Don't like that.
Two more troops. Again, spears. But they're fighting at 25s now.
Is it 4 plus the passion bonus extends to the next round?
Yeah.
Or is it okay?
It's a 50-50.
Hey, all right. I'm keeping up that plus 10 bonus. I think I've been doing the same thing as last time. I want an auto success against at least one if they're passioned.
It's a good idea.
Who all do we have fresh troops or still just multiple spearmen?
No, you're like literally ankle deep in mud.
No, did they have are there fresh troops coming to face us?
Yes, exactly. They're fresh troops. Again, their reserves are they're always ready.
Okay. All right. Double success. One of them is actually pretty good considering the other disappointing. Okay. I got crit, but I get my shield.
Okay. And Jim?
So I no longer have Loyalty Lord, but I am going to call upon Love of Family again. Is that my other passion? Okay, so that's 5
plus 10.
It's not a exalted passion for me. It's just a regular famous one.
Okay. Which gives you only a plus 5 then, right?
Okay, yeah.
You pass. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go.
Then I may have been doing my passion wrong. Oh.
No, again, it's just the old version of passions is like if you pass, you get a plus 10. If you crit, it's a plus 20.
Yeah, but I rolled my honor is not 20 plus, so I don't get the plus 10.
Oh,
yeah, it's harder to get a plus 10 now, but it's less severe when you fail.
Yep, I misread the results. So
no sweat, no sweat.
That's fine. Apparently, I've cheated before with my hit points. I was reading someone very helpfully in the YouTube comments went in detail about how bad my math was. That was nice. That was a good read.
For them post game to be able to figure that out.
I mean,
in the middle of the game.
The point was, I think I remember what you're talking about, but you also like passed your first aid tests, and that I feel like that was enough to fix the math of you would have died like in the negatives, but then you've rolled like 2 successful first aid kits would have brought you out anyways. So it's kind of like the same. I thought it was a wash.
Eric, I have no problem cheating.
Okay. So
yeah. All right.
So you have your passion, which is good. Yeah.
Do the same I did last time, 18 on 1, and brings it to 23-10.
Okay. And these are your spearmen that you're fighting. Wow. Shit.
Roll up.
Okay.
Damn, Gorthrin. I would like one round where I roll like Jim. That would be great. One round.
All right. Yeah, you are carving them up. As the second guy, you have obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you can't help it, but like during a battle, it's like people kind of notice you. In that way of like around that guy, around like he knows what's up, and you're just sort of like just a force of inspiration. Like you're just kind of, and that people are drawn to you.
Stands out. Yeah. He's always probably screaming his lungs out.
Okay. So Colin,
I get hit twice.
you get hit twice. That's fine.
Heal both times, but do get hit twice. All right,
Yeah.
fine, and I'm fine.
But your armor and shield and stuff are like, yeah, like everyone's getting cut up in the mud and
Bruises tomorrow.
yeah, exactly. And then Jim, I beat you one time, and you just instantly kill the other guy. Yeah. Your stuff just patters off of your armor like rain as well.
Yeah, twisting and
Cool.
doesn't get me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go walk around. I'm so tense. I'll be right back.
For sure. All right. So Saxons are not doing great today, but you all are not doing great that either, as well.
I feel like we've been doing better than we did yesterday, though.
You are. The problem is that this is like the first real, like, oh yeah, here's all my forces, and here's all your forces.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And
the issue isn't that we're doing poorly than yesterday. It's that we are facing a dramatically different scale.
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's exactly. It's a rate problem. You guys, and again, it's like you all are just struggling on this. Just you can't make any ground, right? Again, because anytime you create space, it just gets filled in with more Saxons.
Yeah.
Like their lines just don't end. Like there's banners upon banners behind the guys you're killing.
Yeah. Right. All right. Look,
the mud and the blood are mixed.
We will simply kill even more Saxons.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated,
At this point, though, I'll need you all to make me energetic tests. Simply because 2 days of constant fighting has been. Hell yeah.
Northern's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Basically, you hear a cry go out that says "to the last," right? That echoes through the ranks across, and you're going to kill the Saxons to the last man today. Is pretty much what people are counting on. No prisoners is another complimentary cry today at Donington, and the Saxons are pretty much doing the same. They are. Yeah, exactly. No quarter given. They are prepared to sell themselves. Okay. This round, you are going to be going against one individuals. Each of you are going to be going against Hearthknots.
Yep.
See if those passions stick around.
Yep. Ah, shit. Mine goes away. That's all right. I'm going to invoke another one. I'm gonna invoke love of family. Sorry.
Oh no, that's grand. I just want you to know this is gonna be like a full on round of like we're doing multiple turns if necessary.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna invoke love of family this time. Much in the way I invoked sort of my love of wife earlier. This is more broadly like less the specific members of my family and more the legacy of my family. Like we remain. When this battle is over, I want to be able to say that Winterborn Gunnet remained.
This has to feel, yeah. I don't know if you ever like thought about what your father and what it went through at any point, but like this certainly is like there could have been any worse than this.
Constantly, Aeswin constantly thinks about that. And mostly with the anxiety that she does not feel that she's living up to it.
Yeah. One of the hardest parts of this battle in this reign is that like you can kind of tell friend from foe, right? But like you can't tell who's who. No.
Right.
You can pretty much just tell by the armor, and like the propensity of swords. But like there's no banners anymore. The banners are just mud. Like there's nothing. Everything is mud. You all are all just entirely mud right now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like by the fourth turn of this battle, like 4 hours into just a mud battle fest, it is just you know what I mean? Like there's just nothing here.
Yep.
Love of family.
All right, and we are still fighting 2.
No, you're fighting singles this go around. You're fighting Hearthknots. You're fighting
Perfect.
Hearthguards.
Perfect.
So
Love
these
that.
who are also impassioned. Pretty much for the rest of the battle
But
today, they're
don't
impassioned.
like that. Not perfect.
Yeah.
Do not like that.
So,
all right. +5 bonus.
all right, this one's for Jim,
That's a 1. I rolled a 1.
and this one's for Colin. Okay.
I want someone to go through and just see how many of my rolls have been below 10 this session.
It's been pretty rough.
Yeah, big.
This is not the
been a
time for you to.
No.
Let me tell what
Hearthknot and the Hearthknots are the ones that can hurt me. And
No, hold on. When I look at that roll, dude, it says like it's a 16 plus 5. Why is it minus, but then minus 20? Are you rolling right? Like, I feel like you might not be rolling right.
I'm clicking the button, so
Mine's
when
got
you-
a minus 20 to it as well.
we've always. I have no idea why it says that. Like, that's the thing. I don't know the sort of macros of Roll20
Oh, yeah, this one
enough
also says
to
20.
parse that
Okay.
out.
Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Right.
They all say minus 20. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
that's
what
just
they're
how
doing.
it. I think
Sure.
that's just how it calculates when it's over 20. It like rolls over by subtracting 20, and then
Yeah. Okay.
I
Because
guess.
all right, I just want to make sure that you weren't getting screwed over.
Hey, look, I would love if that were the case, and I could just re-roll everything.
But no, it looks like the final roll that you get is yeah, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Just a bad roll.
All right.
They happen.
so
They happen. Bad rolls
Roll
happen.
5.
All right. So that means I'm beating both of you, but you get your armor, so you're subtracting 18 from 10d6.
It's 20.
So obviously 39 to Acewin and 42 to Corthrin.
Yep, that is 21 damage. That goes through. No, I'm really bad at. I'm going to use a calculator.
Oh no, hold on, it's even worse. Hold on, it's even
That's
worse
a-
than that. Both of you need to roll d6s. They're axes.
D6 for our shields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just how much protection they give you.
2.
Okay.
So
20.
so instead of 18, it's 12, right?
No, the
14. 14.
Yeah.
12 plus
12 plus
shield.
2. Correct.
All right, so
39 minus 14.
calculator.
25.
39 minus 14. 25. That is a major wound for me.
Yeah, same.
And a knockdown as well.
Yeah. Well, thankfully you're not on a horse.
Yeah. Okay, I got to roll
And
aging.
that's like
right?
30 something. Yeah, when you take a major wound, I believe you immediately roll an aging table.
Oh, I actually think I'm probably unconscious.
Yeah, same for Corthrin. Corthrin falls unconscious.
Unconscious.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Good Badon Hill, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so we can fast forward.
Impassion Hearthknots pretty much
Yeah,
run
they should.
through.
All right.
Yeah. So then, I mean, is it going to be the scenario where you guys are unconscious? I guess roll squire rolls, or I mean, we could also do the thing where you throw in your followers.
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, like, there's probably people all around us, right? Like somebody to
Yeah.
step in when we fall, you know?
Oh, absolutely. But like, I'm saying the part about the Book
The
of Battle thing where
bodyguard.
you can
Oh, yeah.
bodyguard
Absolutely.
yourselves.
That's why they're
Yeah.
there. That's why they're there. Yes.
I mean, sure.
so you do not fall unconscious.
Yeah.
And then I
And
believe
we-
it's you do a test for them, and then it's like a D6 or something like that, and see if they're dead.
Yeah. No,
Like
but
on a
here's
6,
the
they're alive?
problem.
They make a loyalty.
Yeah, they make a loyalty. Here's the problem, though. It doesn't matter what I re-roll. They still crit me. No matter what I roll, they crit me. And I already passed. So the only thing I'd be doing is begging on a crit myself. And that would be, I need to roll a 15 or higher to do that. So I would be killing off some of my followers for a 25% chance to tie.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a good point, but and then the counterpoint is otherwise I'm unconscious. So yeah.
Okay. Then you put your lives in your squire's hands. Right?
Yeah. So So I'm gonna have get down, Mr. President time and beg on a 25%. I think that's the way I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Look, so these are the two choices, right? You either get down, Mr. President, and risk that. The alternative is you take a squire roll in your life, and if you fail your squire roll, you're dead. Basically, no one can get to you. Otherwise, your squire saves your life and can get you out of here. And then we roll the medicine stuff afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with option one. I'm fine spending some of my vassals again.
Yeah, for sure.
That's part of their duty. I don't feel guilty about that, though. It will suck to lose them.
Killing
I mean, again, I already
the last.
I did take the comment to heart and did give them names and even wrote up some history for them.
That's better. I want to know. Earnestly, I don't want to spend lives as like just a mere number. If I'm gonna have someone die, like give me their name. I want to be able to feel them and later honor them.
Yeah, Sir Ebril recently found a golden ring under his plot, but he also insulted the Earl in accident last winter. Convelin has been really talking to you about siege and your stonemasons that you hired. Nia constantly complains about the quality of the plows her farmers have, but was recently married. And Dafid is having an affair with someone important.
Okay, that's love them all. Love them all.
those are who are dying. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So they make a loyalty lord.
Dafid is known for hospitality, and they're the one who's having an affair. Nia is known for their lustfulness. Convelin is known for their oratory skills, and Abril is known for their singing. So let's see which one dies.
Yeah. So they make. I don't have the rules in front of me.
I was looking that shit up. I didn't look at the rules. I want to know. I wanted to characterize the people who are being put to slaughter.
Perf.
Do you remember what page that is in the book?
I don't. And it's not it's not linked in or bookmarked. So
I know the general section. So let me book of battles. There we go.
Maybe it's like 37. I guess it's page. Bodyguard loss. Here we go. Bodyguards. A leader. Any leader can use the bodyguard bonus. A knight qualifies at the start of the round. He has at least one knight follower with him. Yeah. Attempt a loyalty lord passion is step 1. Default's 15. So these guys got 15.
Success.
Okay. The followers as a unit fight one combat round against the same enemy the player's knights engaged.
Mm-hmm.
So both of you pass. So then each of you are fighting instead of the other guys. So a new round basically. That supplements that. So I'm rolling a d20 plus 8 against
16, and they pass their loyalty lord.
Yeah.
So they get the plus 5.
Plus 5. Yeah, because we're using the new passion rules. Their swords are 15. So
15. Yep. So.
But oh, you know what? I haven't been subtracting 5 for both of these guys because of the rain.
Haven't subtracting 5 on this side either. So. All right. So it'd be 15 then. So they're rolling again. You get a plus 3, and we get a minus 5.
Excuse me. All right. Ooh.
Okay. My dude succeeds.
All right. This is for so in the order of rolling. Then this one's gonna be first. One's gonna be Jim. So this is Gorthrin's guy. Your followers.
That's the roll.
And then
minus 5.
Yeah. Well, the minus 5 it was originally a plus 8, which is why it goes down to plus 3. And then this one is Collins. Okay.
Hey.
So you guys pass. Both of you. So you win. Your lord is saved, and then you lose 1d6 men.
Okay.
You've lost 3.
Let's see which. Right.
Yep. Roll what 3d4 or it's over. We'll just, if you roll the same one, we'll do the replacements. So that would be 2. No, we can just remove the dudes, Colin.
Oh.
Like so
That makes sense.
so 2 and 3 are lost, leaving 1, 3, 4 remaining, which is not 1, so it's 4 is the one that's lost. So 1 survives.
Yep.
That means Dayfade survives, the one that is having an affair. You've lost Nia, Convalin, and Ebril.
Are we sure that he was invoking Loyalty Lord and not I want to get home and get it on?
We're not sure. You might have to ask him after the battle.
Yeah. If my lord dies, I no longer have access to his steward who I'm banging.
And Jim lost another set of 3. Jeez, I keep rolling these guys for you and they just die.
Yeah, I mean, he would have recruited them just this year.
Yeah. So can you roll a d4 for me? 3, 4, and 1. Okay, so you've lost Sir Guardar. Guardar has a hatred up Avon. Is also known for swimming. He's dead. You have lost
Swimming with the angels.
You've lost Sir Leafwine. Sir Leafwine is a known falconer, honest but arrogant.
We just became friends because Gordon's trying to get into falconry. Poor Leafwine.
Dead now. And then lastly is Sir Edgar. Edgar, known loyalty to Rofus, but skill with the lance as well. He was a little reckless in his life. He was gregarious and gluttonous.
Brave men.
Cut down. Yep.
Brave knights.
That means you guys are still around for the next round.
Yep.
Okay. So this would be the final round of the combat today, for day 2.
Same situation.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I don't think I've described this part here, but for this battle, Arthur has been keeping many of his knights, as many knights as he can in reserve, especially his roundtable knights, like the best dudes, because they, you know what I mean, and just letting everything run through. And at this point, he has to start sending them in.
Yeah,
been like, we can't do it anymore. Like we're losing too many. Yep. And that's when you basically get the idea. The roundtable knights are kind of distributing themselves across the ranks and basically saying defensive actions, fall back as best you can this round. Okay. You guys will be fighting the same types of troops again. You're fighting elite Orthodox, impassioned.
I'd like to call upon.
So please call upon passions if you can. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, Saxons are fighting. Every death they're making them pay. You may pay for it. Oh my God, for Guinevere.
Well, yeah. Gorthrin's this is for the kingdom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't for home. This isn't for his manor. It's not for it's not even for Salisbury.
Right.
This is for the entire kingdom of Logris. And to Gorthrin, that's this is a mystical thing happening, right? We've got the Spring Queen, we've got the king who was promised, and we cannot fall here. These perfidious angles need to go. So he's calling upon his final war for
right.
Queen Guinevere.
Hell yeah, right?
Yeah, which gives him this is how he gets +10.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that it pushes you to be these extremely passionate people to get the highest bonus.
It's the melodrama. This is that beautiful melodrama of big men having big feelings.
Yes,
which is
Gorthrin just
all we
lets
ever
it all
want.
out. Yeah, right.
I'm trying to decide what
This removie he could take his helmet.
So
off.
you hear
That's stupid.
I love God damn, I love that shit.
I've got to invoke as well, but I'm struggling because I've invoked all of the ones that make the most sense. I've done love family.
Yeah.
I've done honor, right? Have I done loyalty lord this
I
battle?
don't think so.
Okay.
We've only rolled two passions so far because they've kept.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Then I'm gonna roll loyalty lord. This is Acewin starting to catch on to the thing that Gorthrin's already caught on to, that Rofus is just trying to steer the ship in the right direction, and it's all right, I'm gonna, if he's gonna give it a shot, I'm gonna give it a shot. Success. All right. It's only
Oh,
a
yeah.
+5 for me, but I'll take it.
Hey, I love that. Okay.
All right.
Well, you are. Good job. You all are passionate. Yep. So rolling d20 +8.
I was rolling with a +13. I still got a 16.
Ugh.
Is that +8 with the mud penalty?
I did not factor in the mud penalties, so that'd be even.
Yeah, because that essentially cancels out my passion. Cat down.
Yeah.
Up my tower.
So joining your ranks, by the way, is Lord Defel of Lindsay and Loda Grants of Camel Yard.
Nice.
They are the ones here. Like again, it's these guys are. It's basically like being like fucking Space Marines. You know what I mean? It's like these two dudes, just like fucking round table knights, just like are just holding off 30 guys. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just that thing of like these guys are just larger than life and just cutting them and holding everything back for you all. You know,
Bring it. We'll make room for them.
Exactly, right? As like these guys are finally in the mix who've been held off all day, and that's honestly that's where the superhumanism is coming from, is that these dudes aren't tired, you know, and just and super mad and ready and know what they're fighting for, and they're holding off for you, right? And like, so let's fight, and eventually you lose sight of them as like it looks like they get overrun, right? As they just continue to fight, and you just literally like lose them in the mass of Saxons as you just hear nothing but just yells and screams from Saxons as you're just fighting. And it's just
the sound of a Cuisinart as
right, yeah, food processor. All right. So the first strike goes through. I just roll in order. So that was for Gorthrin, and then this one is for Acewin.
Eat it.
Wow.
Eat it.
Yeah, you guys fucking hold it. You hold the line. Holy shit.
Oh.
Of course. There's 3 ones. 3 ones.
You can't kill the guy. All right, so no additional glory for that, but 23 is not going to be enough.
Is not much better.
It's not going to be enough to kill these guys either. Yeah.
No.
Rolled 1. You rolled a 6, where I rolled 3 ones. That's the main difference.
Right. They're going to take major wounds. They're going to make a consciousness modifier. 6. Not great. Okay. They're not going to beat their HP. Yeah. All right. So I think. Yeah. So I think. Yeah. Exactly. They fall unconscious. Giving everything they've had. Like these guys. Like again. Like that's the scariest part, is that you're fighting people who are fighting absolutely to the death. They're fanatics.
Every time it's the Axemen. Every time we get messed up, it's Axe.
It's Axemen. That first time Gareth almost died, it was taking an axe to the chest.
Axes
during those winter.
Every fucking time.
You don't. So I think there's this part of like the rest of this battle as we fade out the remainder of this day, of like you don't know when it happens, but like one of the round table knights like grabs you on the shoulder and like pulls you back from your fighting, right? Of just like, no, we're getting out of here now, as you guys are just like lost in it. Right, as just like the music and like the clashing and stuff goes kind of quiet, right? And you hear that the one guy's like, "We're going," and like, yeah. And as you guys have to fall back yet again, and this is what Arthur was waiting on, and what makes sense as you guys are get back to your
fresh
senses.
Horses to book it.
Exactly. You take your horses to a small little castle on a hill, a Roman castle in ruin, called Badon.
Shucks. How much glory for Donington?
So for Donington, again, it's 60 per round, but I think for all of you, count up your crits. For every crit's another 10 glory.
Okay. Fuck you, Eric.
And I think like the glass scene we see for the ending of this day.
I literally don't have any crits.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, we're like fighting what passions have like called on all these things. There's still and have no crits to show for it.
Not a single right. One.
I think of 2.
Yeah. So the closing scene on the second day of this fucking giant battle is that we see simultaneously the rain is almost localized around Donington, like where it's like pouring down. As you guys have retreated to the southwest towards Badon Hill. And from this point of view, it's dark. You can see the fires and things being set as the Saxons basically take over Donington, for claiming it for everything they've had here. Arthur needs many of you to stay up through the night to reinforce these ruins. Again, it's a series of concentric, like old earth mound forts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from this, so he needs you all to really reinforce the innermost walls here. So imagine there's sort of like hill, ditch, inner hill, a little bit of old stone fortifications. And that's sort of all there is here. And because this is dry, again, strangely enough, it's like once you get outside of Donington, it's like the rain was only around Donington. That you could, like, if you stay up, like some of you who volunteer can do energetic to stay up at the night and help build these things for tomorrow's battle. And you guys are basically going to hold up on this hill against the Saxons.
Okay.
There are maybe like, at this point, there's maybe like 60% of forces of Arthur's are still here. And then through the night, like some, they trickle in. Like, so that number kind of goes up a little bit. But, it's just the people who get lost and just like were able to like scramble out. And almost nobody here is unwounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some way. And, no vulture is hungry this night.
Yeah.
Right. No crow goes empty bellied when you all wake up. So if you want to help with the earthenworks and lay your expertise here, he needs as many people as you can.
Yeah,
my energetic is not great, but I think actually I'm going to roll reckless versus prudent here because, like, as much as Acewin wants to help, it might not be the best idea to exhaust yourself. Uh-oh. Okay.
Ooh. All right.
Okay. Hey, okay.
So you're going to work till you're exhausted. Okay. So I'm going to give you, all right. I mean, I'm going to give you, I'm giving you a -5 for the day as you're basically exhausted. Basically like being like melancholic, right? Like the idea here is that you've been fighting for 2 days straight. You stayed up a whole night just helping build these earthenworks and reinforcing them. Mm-hmm. That by the time the dawn comes, let's be ready for it. Arthur goes around to everyone, all like the kings and the earls around, and asks for their best horsemen, their best knights, and he's going to ride them out at dawn off the hill and place them around in like these forests that litter around Badon Hill as a sort of like a counter force to spring upon him at some point. So he needs everyone who's as most ready and able to do that. So in other words, we're have like a Starship Troopers like event where almost everyone you can is going to be like basically just holding up in the top of this hill. So you're going to get swarmed by Saxons until like, the right time for when the horsemen come up to help hit him in the back. So that's his strategy today. He, rather than it being like by kingdom, who's going who, like it doesn't really exist anymore. Like at the number of losses, it's just like, if you think you're a good horseman, if you think like, you want to do that part, like we need you there. Like, if you're glory hungry, stay here. Like this is going to be, like I need the best soldiers here on foot on top of this hill.
Gorthon's not a particular.
So you can split yourselves as you want here. Yeah. Right.
So,
this sucks. There's no real place that Acewin is going to be helpful. Because my horsemanship is 15, my sword's 16, so I'm either rolling against 10s or 11s. Flipping a coin. So I'll stick around. Sword is 5% better.
Yeah. I mean, like, if we can, this is like an old Iron Age fort, right? Like
correct.
Pre-Roman kind of.
It's super old. Yeah.
So it's like these hills are quite like they're no joke. Like even though nobody's probably lived here in ages, there's
Yeah.
probably still a good defensive line to get for them. So
Correct. There is an old
yeah.
let me bring you over. There's an old earthen road that kind of like goes from the east or west kind of through this point, kind of like where the old fort was. But for the most part, you all are like, yeah, exactly. It's extremely like well protected.
Yeah.
This is the third battle day.
Yeah. I think Gordon's just gonna like dig in. Like he got his energetic. He's not, he's probably got flesh wounds and scratches and the like, and he'll catch a few hours sleep, beforehand, but there's no way you can sleep before a battle like this. Like dig in, and then like just anything to throw or put in their way, impediments, rocks or anything like that, as they're approaching us, that we can roll down the hill at them.
Grab some Saxon bodies.
Yeah.
Use those.
Yeah. We're in the third of 3 rings.
Yeah.
3 defensive lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you all are basically staying in whatever like ruins of the ramparts like are around at the very top of the hill. But yeah, there's there's like an outer, there used to be like an outer earthen wall, then like a gully, then another earthen wall, and then on top of that is sort of like the larger hill, and that's where the ramparts are, and that's where you guys were needing help fortifying.
Again.
All right. On the third day, the Saxons attack from the north and the west. So I'm going to grab some of these knights and pull them off. No one's doing super well right now. This is the host of England, right? Again, like this is and the part that keeps you all together is Arthur. He is the glue that keeps you all from feeling this is hopeless. Is seeing this king, who's no longer a boy in your eyes here, keep you ready and full of hope and fight through the night to this morning, and that he promises you that this will be the deciding day. This is like we've always been given as much as we've got. But the Saxons don't have the heart that we do. Right, this is our land. They hire mercenaries, they hire Pictish and French forces that, they fight for gold. They don't fight for heart. Just keep cutting through them, and the day will be ours. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the Saxons arrive really not much longer after sunrise. Also not being able to sleep super well. The first thing that happens is your archers pretty much open up against as many Saxons as they can. Again, you have the little bit of power of range over their own like javeliners, right? But it's not going to be enough to stop like the whole army or any kind of thing like that as the folks get to the initial ramparts. Right. And this is where like some of the forces are kind of like doing like these fighting withdrawals, right? Do you think you would be part of these initial withdrawals? Like how eager are you to prove yourselves for fighting these rounds, or are you holding yourselves in reserves near the top?
I think that a reserve is good. Like if there are forces who are fresher, like they can. I think they can take the first wave, and then we'll be here.
Pretty much, yeah. Like the fighting here is less of that ordered regimenty and more very much like volunteering, right? Like who has the most heart and feels like can do it, right? And there's no, and that's not out of supply here. You know what I mean? Everyone still has this heart, despite everyone being hurt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So the most important part here is to defend this innermost ring, right? That's what Arthur tells you. But make them pay for every inch.
Yeah. Are they just attacking from the north? Is this west?
No, the west as well. Yeah. Okay. I just haven't got to them yet. everyone is moving up kind of at the same time here.
Yeah.
And
just
this is the
hurl
problem.
everything at them.
Yep. And they're just kind of swarming up. So let's get ready to rumble. So the good news is that you all have positions. So you're going to give yourselves +5 for being on a hill. Right.
Okay.
So you have superior troops. You're on a hill, but you are outnumbered.
Mud penalty.
No, because I glossed over it a little bit, but the rain was localized only towards Donington.
Mhm.
That over
Okay.
It's not all
there's
nasty
yeah,
muddy here.
it's not exactly.
Yeah.
It's strangely only muddy over that battle.
Hmm.
Like the front should have probably hit this and stuff like that, but it never did.
Okay. All right. I mean, the mud evens the field a bit in that sense. I bet this is Merlin's work.
Yeah. I mean, through the night, you probably heard like from folks saying that they saw the wolves and things in the sky, and that it was Wotan spells that kept the rain.
Oh.
Something like that, right? Like it seemed like there's a superstitious bent to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the stories of people where it's like they were in the middle of a fight and then like a sudden thunderstorm came out of nowhere and everybody just stopped fighting. Like they just assumed that the gods were like, stop this right now.
Yeah, we're good. All right then. So let's get ready to rumble. Can I get a battle roll from one of you?
Not me. Not with my rolling.
Okay.
Is this for
yeah, this would be for Arthur. You're going to be rolling again at 22 total.
22?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm rolling a 15. Okay, cool. So you're going to get the initial holding off. That's good. So you're not fighting 2v1. All right. Instead, you're going to be fighting armored swordsmen. All right. So big guys with large swords. Mano y mano.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. I think.
And invoke again. We remain. Love of family.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good call.
So it gives me net total of -5, +5 for ramparts. Total net +5.
Yeah, we're gonna go love of family as well. Let's see.
Solid.
Let's see if it gives me +5.
These swordsmen are mercenaries and don't fight for passions, so they don't get anything.
So we've got elevation, battle bonus, passion.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Getting them crits.
Getting them.
All right. So then here's the first one against Colin. Sword. 1. That's good.
Eat it.
And sword. 8. Okay.
Nice.
So they have 16 armor. So they might be sticking around.
Yeah.
3 goes through.
Yeah, they're gonna be sticking around. Wait, whoa. Is that humanly possible?
Yeah. Yeah. There's 3 1s. Man, and a 2 and a 3. Oof, that's some low damage. Swordsman shouldn't have stayed up.
You
all
rolled a 13 on 10d6.
No. Oh, not on 10d6. Sorry, that's just 66.
Oh, that's
I
I'm like,
crit,
there's
didn't
a,
I?
I was like, dude,
I did
yeah,
crit.
yeah, you did crit.
All
All right, that's better. 31,
that's
yeah.
better.
All right, so 31's gonna clear out that one. Even after his 6. No, it's gonna be a major wound. Let me roll. Let's see. Okay, no, it does not clear him out. He's hurt as shit, but he's still gonna be around.
You said that.
Yeah. All right. One more brutal round. You did 19 damage to him, Colin.
Yes. So only
Right.
3 went through.
Yeah. So Yeah, so we're fighting the same guys again for this first round. Just your luck that your guys are fighting some of like the most heaviest armored guys here, right? Not like yesterday. All right, so no battle roll needed. You guys are just going to be sticking it. Fighting the same guys. You don't have to roll to see if your passion goes away. This is still the same round. Like we're doing like an extended. Like you're fighting till these guys die.
How did I roll a 5? Oh yeah, because I only get a +1 bonus, so I rolled a 4.
So the initial battle bonus is out.
Correct. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Crit versus crit though.
Yeah.
But that's actually against Colin. So here's the next one. And a miss.
Fail.
All right. So Colin, crit against you. So that's 10d6. Can you just roll better? I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel bad too.
Do you want to do another Mr. President?
If I have enough guys for it.
You have one.
Then I've got one.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna re-roll. So you do your loyal. You have to test loyalty. All right, so they pass. So they do get the +5 to it. So that means that now they're rolling at a 20.
Yep.
Okay. And I fail. So, yep. So you will lose that guy because there's only one left. It's the cheater who ends up taking the blow that should have been dealt to you. Jesus.
Bloodbath.
Yeah. And then Jim, can you roll your 10d6 damage for me again?
Yeah. Let's get this.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure after one major wound, it's not like you're gonna not be unconscious. Yeah, he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like you're not. Yeah, exactly right. When you have less than 30 HP to begin with, you can't eat 2 crits in a row. Nobody does. Love it. Okay. Which means you can help. Yeah. Okay. So Ace, when you still have your swordsman, you're dealing with. Gorthrin, do you want to go help Ace win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So this swordsman's gonna be fighting 2v1. He's gonna split and do evenly. All right, misses you to Ace win and passes against Jim. So he gets his armor and shield, or no shield. Sorry, two-handed swords. But yeah, okay. Wow. 11? You rolled 11?
Yep.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Those ones.
You're just rolling that bad today.
Yep.
No, I'm never going to complain about my own dice luck ever again.
Yeah. This isn't a commonly bad day.
This is the worst session to roll poorly for.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
It's as a rule, I generally don't mind rolling poorly. Like I rarely have like that investment to give a shit, right? What happens happens.
Yeah.
This sucks. This is the first time I've not really had fun playing this game simply because of the dice. And that sucks.
Yeah, there are cases where you're like just a reroll.
Yes.
See why those things make it into games. Yeah.
It's because it is these rolls are, it's just like, okay, yeah, you don't do something. This is one of the biggest moments in Arthuriana, and you don't do anything.
Yeah.
So, C'est la vie.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the advanced combat phase, because the extra 21 damage on top of the 3 is going to be enough to knock this guy out. He's just not going to be long for this world.
Kick his body down the hill.
So yeah, especially like, so here's the first round, right? Basically, you guys, we kind of ignored the quote unquote. The first round is very fictional here, where it was actually like you guys weren't a part of it. It was the initial defenders, right? As you've lost the sort of first line, as you've fallen back, and this is sort of the first time you guys are fighting on the second line here. Now it's like fall back to the ramparts, right, and like hold them back here. It's like, well, we had one example of you all like just in this microcosm of this greater battle of just multiple Saxons just dying on these hills, as you guys are just like fighting against these elite swordsmen. And it's just this huge like fugue of just war.
Yeah.
Okay. New round.
Passion goes away.
I hate to see it.
Yep.
You said good dice vibes, Colin's way.
Gonna invoke
Jesus.
Honor this time. She's exhausted. She's beat to hell. And she knows that to distinguish herself here is precisely what is required of a knight. It is easy to be a knight when things are easy. Almost.
And it's
almost
yours.
a crit.
Hey. Still a victory. You're still
Something,
getting...
yeah.
That's you're being known for honor when you pass is a +5, right?
+5, yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go. Okay.
So we got tired penalty, and then rampart bonus, cancel out, then honor bonus, net 5 on sword, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. You guys are fighting Jutish serfs this round.
Oh, nice.
So
cut loose.
Yeah. Right, so here goes Acewin against a serf. Fails. And serf against Gorthrin. Passes, but loses.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
We roll in
blood
individual damage for these rounds.
Yeah, let's do it for this round. These guys are basically armorless.
What's up with my maybe. I don't know if I'm hiccuping or anything. 16.
So that's 10 damage and 15 damage, respectively. Okay.
And Arthur's fighting with us. Who's commanding the knights that were in reserve?
Pelennor. Sorry.
Oh, Pelennor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
So
Pelennor has a lot of experience riding out of shrubs. So
yeah.
He's the man for the job.
Yeah. When anyone asks like who's the best swordsman or like who's the best horseman, it's Pelennor. So Pelennor is happy to do it. He's the best of us. That's probably true. It's not like this was all written by Welsh people. so maybe they're not biased in any way about why their local king is the best. I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah. It's objective. It's objectively true. Jesus. Yeah, so these guys are not doing well at all. Let's see, under 6 fails. Okay, so one of the guys sticks around before you have to like kill him again. Right. All right. Then I was supposed to roll just not the -10, so that's actually a 13. Yeah, so the enemy is just like getting completely confused on what to do. Like you're just killing them all. And you're seeing that some of the forces are beginning to like fall back. Like a lot of like the French, any like remaining French guys are falling back, being like, this is like we're not there's no glory.
Yeah.
Right, and leaving more of just the diehards charging up the hill as we finish up the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna need you all. We're gonna be doing 2 more rounds of combat. So the next guys you're fighting are English warriors, which we know we stand in this house. These aren't Hearthgonauts, so they're a little bit easier, but they're also axe wielders.
Okay.
All right. Fighting solos here.
All right. Passion goes away.
Ugh.
Loyalty Lord. I'm gonna try and honor the fact that I'm fighting next to Uther, son of Uther Pendragon, the boy king who has passed through his trials. The best, last and best hope for Logris. Success there.
The casual crit, just like
Yeah.
Colin can just struggling.
There you go. Bring it.
I swear to God, something's wrong with your dice roller. There's just like no way.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's like, ah, damn. All right. So this is against Jim. 13s pass. 13s pass. We tie. So you would break their axe. Well, that's a crit, but like a tie would be a tie here, so I'm fine with that. Crit versus a crit means you would actually break the axe. I think.
Sorry, tie versus me or
you.
Okay.
Ace, you tied. Yeah. I roll I tend to roll whoever rolls first is the person it's related to.
Right. That makes sense. Cool.
So okay. So that means Jim.
There it is.
Yes, there it is. A 51. This poor English warrior is very much turned to mist. Jesus. And then I'm trying to figure out what a tie does when it's success for success and it's not a crit. Like nothing happens?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like both of you are in the bind and like can't get an upper end. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to help him again? Do you want to come to Acewin's aid again? Or
yeah, if possible, yeah. We'll just see if we can get this guy at the very least just distracted so that Acewin can
actually. I'm gonna veto that. Or would it be more interesting or cool if like Arthur or someone else stepped in instead of just you going through it all the time helping Acewin?
I'm happy for other knights to step in.
Yeah.
To
that's what I mean. I'd rather it be a different knight if that's okay. Only because the times you've helped them. I mean, just
Gordon's over here just stepping through the shower of blood.
Right. Like you're just ready for who's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And then 30. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Sir K.
Yeah. Nice. I like Sir K.
Yeah.
Like him.
Sir K is the one who comes by saving your helping you out here, Acewin. Killing 4 more. And I think that's the part where they like, you gotta keep holding them. Another hour. Like, you know, like when like this like as sword goes like to the sun is like when the sun like hits the level is when they're gonna you know, that's when enough of them will be on the hill, Pelennor will ride. Right. I just gotta hold. And yeah, and I think I mean it's actually gonna try to kind of like rally you here for a second. Okay, he can't rally you, and I think what it means, I think what happens here is instead of him being able to like, he doesn't give you a good speech or anything like that. I think instead it's just that like he's about to when like he's got to like turn around and start fighting some guys where it's not enough, you know, like the next wave is bounded onto the hill here and doesn't give you a chance to like kind of inspire you.
And I think no small part of it is Acewin being like, okay, I had to get saved again. Great pep talk.
Yeah,
love it.
You know, this is like the day. Like this is the day you wanted to be stand apart, and you got denied at the first battle.
Yeah.
Right. and it's
The
been
only
mediocre.
the only thing worse than doing poorly is having someone do that. That you're doing great. You're doing your best. Like everyone's so proud of you. It's like fuck you. I know I'm doing shit.
Or it's like instead it's like it's almost over.
Just somehow not dead. And I know. Just quick time check. Are you guys okay to go a little long?
I can go a little long. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. I want to see this to the end. I don't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't exactly. I didn't want to. I want to be respectful. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue the next round. Let's see. You are rolling. You're
that love of family is really carrying him through the day.
It really is. This means then we are down to Jute Warriors. Use spears.
Right. Let's see. Just the loyalty lord persist. It does.
Nice. God damn.
Take that.
Best roll of the day.
There you go.
Right. Against Gorthrin.
Swords are notched.
Oop. And against Acewin. Oh, you all save that round for the closing parts of the day.
Hold on.
How like Jim has somehow black holed all of the crits. Has just
I got greedy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think yeah. There, it's incredible actually how like people are like that has to be a round table night, you know, like that's the way you're fighting.
Yeah, I think he's I mean, he's certainly inspired by the way that they just throw themselves in. You know, he started this battle like, oh, I got all my guys killed. I should be careful, to be prudent.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, it's just like, no, they just like launch themselves at the enemy and, you know, trust that they'll come out. And I think that's how Gorthrin ends the day.
And it's absolutely. So it's like, okay, ignoring the safe, prudent approach and just going back to just wading into it all.
Yeah.
And that's when you hear Pelinor's like hunting horns and like the thunderous hooves of the remaining round table knights charging to the backs and to the fronts of the Saxon lines. It is you drive them off the hill for the day as night falls. It is just a bloodbath, right? More people have been slow today than even yesterday. It is still not even the end.
Not the end.
No.
Like, I was gonna say, are we pursuing them as they?
Okay. Yeah, they've been driven off the hill, and what I would say is that the mounted knights are pursuing them and keeping up with them and harassing them. But you have the opportunity to raid during this evening, and constantly be attacking them through the day. But there is another day of attacks.
Yeah.
Is that something you're interested in, or
that's something Gorthrin's interested in.
This would be another energetic.
Let's see. We'll test.
Acewin, you can. Yeah, Acewin, failing the last energetic. Yeah, I think you have to stick yourself out of this one and recoup. So you have your stuff for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So this is is there? I want to call on a passion for it because he's whipped up.
Sure.
I think this is another like.
Yeah.
Gorthrin's been up. This is like a second night in a row. He would have gotten like very little sleep. I think he's doing this to make sure that the kingdom is safe. And I want to call on Islamore again for this energetic roll. Can his dedication to this noble ideal of a queen that we have.
I mean, yeah, for Guinevere again, like I don't see why not. You're pretty much, and I think at this point in the battle, like you are certainly not. You're not out of place riding around with the Round Table Knights.
I think with Gorth just like enter a fugue and like get a
Yeah.
horse and whoever follows him, and he'll group up with whoever. And like
Yeah.
I like the idea that there's a supernatural quality to it that he doesn't quite maybe even aware of, but like,
And that's kind of that's kind of what I'm alluding to. Like there's this sort of like there's a larger than life ism to you in these moments that maybe you can't see as yourself right now, but to others it's like, Jesus Christ, this dude is just like fighting at, just like the best knights of the realm. Like everyone knew that you were like pretty good and like an up and coming guy, but the fact here is that Badon, you have displayed heroism, right?
Yeah, Gorthrin is all
just
about
crit 5 times in the same battle.
same one. Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's
geez.
mount up. Go chase these guys out. Don't let them rest.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna be doing the normal like raid rule kind of things here for this. So for
battle sword.
Yep.
Does the passion roll carry over to these, or is that a separate event?
This is you just rolled for a more for Guinevere. So
yeah, that carries over into these.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is you. Yeah, exactly. Like this is the rest of the night as you're raiding and fighting through the night. Okay.
Yeah.
You've crit your Valorous.
Last battle.
Yeah, so like you were literally like the first one across the water, right? Like you gain all of the prestige of being the first one too. Are you?
Because he's got the +10
Yeah.
for his exalted passion. He just wants to ride all night and fight Saxons.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jesus Christ. Okay. Good Lord, man.
That's why I was asking if it carried over, because I was like,
Yeah.
it's going to be +10 to all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're certainly not taking any damage here. But you are decisively keeping. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're killing like a Jarl or anything like that in these raids and stuff like that. But you certainly are distinguishing again. Like you are not even distinguished. You have distinguished yourselves amongst the Round Table Knights. And
that's
like
what Gorthrin's going
yeah.
for. He's
Yeah. Arthur knows you by name. At this point. So I think before we get into the day 2 with the rating, and so the recap of this was, again, it's 60 per round, so 4 rounds. Really, you should count only 3 rounds of that, because you don't gain the first round because you weren't in the part reserving.
Yeah.
So go with that, and then 10 for crit. And really what's going on here, Jim, is as a consequence to your rating, many of like the curls and like the picks and stuff like that have been breaking off of the army. Like they've been given up and leaving the final day of the forces to just only be the most diehard forces.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if there's a choice of targets, it'd definitely be like the mercenaries, and like you could go home. You don't have to be here. Like
And that's exactly it. After 3 days of battling, it's just like no.
Yeah.
Right. So it's by the end of the or I guess the start of the morning, the dawn of the second day of the Battle of Badon Hill, the Saxon forces are maybe a third of what they were the day before. Everyone left has scavenged mail, shields, And these are not the kind that will flee battle, even a hopeless one.
Yeah.
Arthur's troops, you are maybe 7,000 knights, 8,000 maybe remain. To give you an idea, at the start of this session, there was 15,000, right, or like 12,000, something around like those big numbers. Like you've lost also a quarter, if not more, almost a half. It is you're like this is the 15th round, right? The bell will ring after today. There's nothing left in either of y'all's tanks.
Yeah. 4 days of fighting is a lot.
Yeah. So this is where it all comes down. So there's still doubt of who is the victor, right? The Saxons have begun to move their dead and even some of like the knights as well as sort of like barriers and things like that to stop from charges. And we're just expecting to go into a melee.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the big charge. Okay. So Arthur orders you to mount up. And you're going to be riding off of Badon Hill to meet the Saxons. So, it is a beautiful, crisp May day. It just comes down to this, yo. Like this is the final day. Whew. All right. I need someone to roll for Arthur at a +10. So he'll be rolling at a 27.
Wow. You want me to roll this one again, Colin?
Yeah. And
yeah. We wanted to do well, so yes.
Yeah, and I'll roll for a.
You're gonna jinx it.
Can you beat an 8 with a 27? You can crit, so yes.
Yes, can.
Okay.
Arthur.
Okay. So then y'all's knights will be getting the charge bonus. Let's see it.
Day 2. Sticking with love of family, I think that's really the driving passion for Aeswyn this battle. It is like really her grappling with those anxieties of inadequacy, of like proving herself as more than just the son of the the daughter of the former marshal.
Definitely.
Right, so I got that. Right.
Okay. You're going to be up against Saxon Thanes. On foot, yeah.
Okay. So +5 for the charge, +5 for mounted, +5 for inspired. So it's total 15 bonus.
Yep, and you have gotten some rest, so you're no longer exhausted from.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right.
Hey, look at that. The first crit.
There you go.
I just had to roll higher than a 5 that time.
All right, this one's for you, Colin.
I'm going to go with Amor again. It's OP, but it's also his highest passion. And fictionally, I like the idea that Gorthron just hasn't stopped since last night. And then he's going to collapse probably after this. So it's looking at it, the things is that the only way you can really fail or fumble an exalted passion is if there's a negative modifier. And I don't have any negative modifiers, right?
But the fact is that you're still rolling over at least a 20 for every
Yeah,
time you roll.
You rolled a 20 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, Gorthrin.
Insane. Yeah. Nobody would. I feel like an obvious consequence of this battle is that, like, you know, you're kind of you're an up and coming, like, you know, like you're like a minor league baseball player who's like really like picked it up. And you've been screaming about, you know, for Madonna or like, I don't know, for somebody. And like every time you do that, like you hit a home run. It's like this idea is like, you've just been constantly about Queen Guinevere, and has worked. And you've certainly have going to reach the attention of the queen right after this.
That's what Gorthrin's after. Yeah.
So
that's the real, the real good thing.
Yeah. So we'll be dealing with that, assuming
nice.
you survive. You,
Yeah,
if you don't, she'll be at your funeral. So
sure, yeah, that's good. That's just good. All right, so this is lance or sword?
Excuse me.
The charge was lance.
Yeah, Lancin.
I think that's my first lance crit ever.
Wow. 15. Okay, you beat me.
That's just the regular. 43.
43. Minus 18. I do this, does it work? It does. Math. 25. Okay. So you still do 25 damage to them after their armor, which is still like greater than 20. So they're definitely gonna fucking have to do their unconscious rolls. So that leaves them with a 16. Which should have been 16, which is 18, so it means they fail. So that Jim, your guy goes unconscious. Colin, you do 30s, you do 37.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. 37 minus 18. 19 damage. Oh, there's actually a chance this guy might stick around. Yep, of course he does. With 10 left. All right. So Colin, we have to go one more round with you.
Okay.
Let me see if anyone's an opportunity to go. All right. No one's here to your aid, so this is going to be you and me.
Yeah. I managed to not crit with a plus 15 modifier.
Shit.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
5. So you're all right. So you're gonna win the day here. Just roll your damage. Okay. That's not gonna get past his armor.
Yep.
Okay. Finally, somebody's gonna be able to come around. Let's see. It's gonna be. That is. Sir Morian. I don't think we've met Sir Morian. Round Table Knight comes to your aid. Just what you need. Never being able to show off, but always having somebody around for help. So it's gonna be 2v1 against this guy, which pretty much just like wraps up in favor of you for the round. If you're cool with that.
Sure.
Okay. New round then. Let's see here. Fighting.
Passion goes away. Gonna switch back to.
All right. Yep. You're fighting Sussex Hearthgonauts.
Okay. Honor.
Oh God.
And my honor goes down by 1, and I'm going to be melancholic after this.
Right, and I think it's I think it's just the whole culmination of this whole battle, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Jesus.
D6 plus
See if I
5
can,
days.
This. Still, we don't have time to charge. This is just a melee.
No, yeah, we're just meleeing now. exactly.
So it's just the mounted bonus, or are we fighting?
No, you're still mounted, but you're not charging.
Okay.
No charging bonus.
No charging bonus. Does Arthur's battle bonus still apply? Or I think that's only on the first round.
That's the first round. Yeah, the first round bonus doesn't apply anymore. Your mounted still does. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. You guys are again fighting Hortonauts. Ace wins and Gorthrins. Same results for both of you. So both of you win the day there. Yeah.
I know quiet, but it's like this is the most tense.
Right. 50 damage. I mean, that's going to be more than a major wound. That guy's just fucking unconscious.
6s.
21. That Horthgonaut's going to be definitely sticking around there. And actually, let me just roll a d6 here. On a 5 or a 6, this happens. Of course it does. Okay. This is the round where Aya and Arthur fight. And this is the part where Aya falls to Arthur, and there's like the big thunderous crack that finally is defeating the Saxons. And the Saxons now have effectively lost the day. But they will continue to fight to the death to join their leader. And you kind of see it on their face of like, okay, this is where we die, right?
Yeah.
And you see it on I only point this out is because for this round, like they're almost impassioned with their fatalism here, right? Like for the loss of their leader, finally, and then you're fighting an enraged Horthnaut now. I just wasn't sure if that was going to happen yet, or at this round or the following one. So Colin, like you're doing, like you're like this. You can tell that like they're just continuing to fight and not go down, and then there's this like change in the air, right? And all of a sudden they like, you hit them down and they just get back up, and then they're coming at you even stronger, and something like this is it's terrifying. Let's do it.
Sure.
Passions. Do your passions stick around?
Didn't have a passion that.
Oh wait,
round.
we're still mid combat, so don't. Okay. But basically, they get to call on a passion here, which is why. So it gets to a +6. Actually becomes a +1. So rolling against you, Colin. 15. What's your sword?
16.
Hell yeah. Okay. Damaging? You can't get through this guy. So both of you are just grinding. Just like how in the days leading up to this, how rain pattered against y'all's armor from the blows from the numerous curls and surfs. Your blows are just, your mighty blows are being shrugged off by these Hearthknots of Sussex. Screams, calling to join his masters.
I mean, he could help himself out with that if he wanted.
Okay. Let's. All right. So, Acewin, you're going to be continuing to fight this guy. Jim, another Hearthknot has come to take the place of the one that you just eviscerated. Alan rolls a 2. I roll an 18.
This
and
Impassioned, or yeah, inspired, not
Mhm.
impassioned.
All right, and you guys tie. So Jesus. So that means okay. So yeah. So sword versus sword here. Unbelievable. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, we started as tie, so nothing happened. So you're caught in the bind with this Hurk, they're not. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep going there, and then we're gonna deal with Colin. At least he didn't crit you, you know.
Would you get hit?
Yep. I rolled now.
23.
Okay. 18. That's 5 goes
Yeah.
through.
5 goes through, which I think you're okay with.
Yeah.
You're not down to major wound territory with that.
That's the first hit I've taken this battle. So.
Oh.
Yeah, the only time I would have gotten hit is when it would have knocked me out too.
Right. Sending all of your vassal knights to their death instead of you.
Yeah.
Okay. This leads us to the last round. Oh. All right, so let's do the final round here. Let's see who you're going against.
Gonna invoke trying Loyalty Lord. Final cry out for Arthur. Now, the hammer of the Saxons.
Mhm.
So I got a +5 there.
I'll keep the inspiration going. Oh.
Okay. See if you can. Yep. These are the forces of Yiffy of Dira.
Yiffy?
Yeah, Yiffy. Yiffy. And so this one's for Colin. Okay. But your crit wins the day. Finally.
There goes.
And you also beat him, Jim. So Gorthrin wins your day as well. So, like, what's going on through Acewind's mind at this point here, Colin?
I mean, she is trying her best. She is trying to stave off that feeling of like, it's the dual feeling of I was picked last for the kickball team, and trying not to think, and that's probably the right choice. And so this is her trying to prove, regardless, she's going to feel like she got picked last for the kickball team, but what she's trying to do is be like, and that was the wrong decision. That's the feeling she wants to get.
That makes sense for me. And Gorthrin, how at this point of the battle, like, how does it feel for you, who has like been dealing mighty smites left and right through these days?
I think day 4, the end of the battle, like their thoughts are for people who have eaten and slept. Like it's just pure instinct and muscle memory for Gorthrin. He's going on just, they have to be driven out.
Yeah.
Every round he's losing his inspiration, so he's constantly trying to just dig deep within him to find more to keep going and fighting. And so I think he's just in a fugue state as Saxons die around him.
Yeah. So then I think what we see at the end of the battle is like the last blow from like Acewind's crit as like going through this guy. we see a sword, like one of the Saxon Orthodox swords, kind of like land in the ground, and the camera stays on that sword in the ground, as then we see kind of like another sword be laid in the ground next to it, and another, as sort of the battle turns into the aftermath. And we see that Arthur and knights are putting around Saxon swords all around Badon Hill into the ground as sort of like a great like just a ceremony for the mound of what happened here. And there are just thousands of swords and pikes just making a fence and a ring around Badon Hill here, where you have been kind of help carrying your dead up to. The Saxons will be burnt, and in kind of an act of mercy, Arthur is allowing them to be burned according to their rights.
Mhm.
While the rest of you and the knights who have given their lives this day you get a mass grave as your reward. You all get buried at Badon Hill, and just the ring, like this fence of swords and weapons here will forever commemorate the aftermath of this battle. So we'll deal with the remnants of this battle next week. I know, because we're going pretty long, but I wanted to make sure we get through this one. And this is another 60 per round. So this is another 4 rounds. So another 240 plus 10 per crit.
Mhm.
So, weirdly enough, so if it wasn't for our own weird game and what happened with it, the Wessex folks would have joined the Saxons for this battle. But because of all of the things that's happened through our campaign and things like that, I overruled that.
Nice.
Also, like, Kurtic isn't around, so it's like it just made a lot more sense that we're doing it this way and how things integrated. And like, just wanted you to know, like, there's some like a little bit of a bit of changes to things. But ultimately, like, I don't know, it felt good.
It felt good. I like that the Wessex Saxons are allies of Arthur. I like that it complicates things and like it isn't as black and white.
Yeah. So we will do the aftermath of this battle, the winter phase, and kind of just a real chilled kind of decompression of the end of the Boy King era.
Yeah.
All right, for next session. So enjoy. I know it was a long time coming. I know we were off for like a month because of my move, but yeah. But we are out of the hardest part. Boy King is easy way to gain a lot of glory. Also easy way to die. Right? I think you started this with war and you ended it with war. Book ended. Cool.
Yeah, I was like, this is the day Gorthric dies, and almost did. Like, there's 3 of his new recruits that sold their lives for him.
Yeah. And now I got to generate a bunch of new knights. I'm using the Battle of Badon Hill as a good way for me to kind of refresh who lives everywhere, and get a better idea, considering how many empty manors and things like that are going to be left over. That seems like an easy way to say that, like, oh, did I say so and so lived there? 10 sessions ago. That's fine. It's been moved over, right? And so it's going to be a chance to kind of clean up and get everything back in order.
Very good. Very good.
As we move into the conquest period. So, damn. I know, Colin. It was a rough day today.
It sucks, dude.
Like, to see one player like just succeed, and you were just like shit sandwich after shit sandwich.
I got more glory at Terrible than I did at Badon Hill.
Wow.
Man. That's rough.
So now when everyone says about Badon Hill and being like, I was there, it's like, you have a weird relationship.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is one of those interesting moments for the character, and like where I thought the character was going and where they seem to actually be going. I like it. I think what Acewin's going to realize is that Badon Hill was her Alder's Gap, but the reverse. Alder's Gap was possibly the most important fight of Gareth's life. It was the thing that like launched him. Like he was like an influential knight, but that was really the moment that like it was clear what his legacy was and what kind of knight he would end up being. And it was a big triumph for him. Yeah. And this is everything. She recognized this could have been my Alder's Gap, like my father's, but instead it is. It's like an incredible shame. Yeah. Like I'm at 15 honor, no longer notable. She literally doesn't believe in herself as a knight, like just like that she should be a knight.
Oh, you really think it went that far, rather than just being like, you know, the idea that you're on like the whatever the glory rankings of, you know, you're up there with the rest of your peers. You really think that you're failing as a knight?
Yeah, a base knight starts at honor 16. She believes in honor less than a 21-year-old newly minted knight who has literally done nothing. Yeah.
Damn. Otherwise was 13, I think, by the end, like his, and that was after raising the flag. Yeah, because just like, yeah, it's not that important.
What a weird time.
Yeah, that's I like how I like the contrast. I mean, like it sucks for you as a player. Like I'm personally sorry for it, but like the contrast of our two characters' experience of it makes for a nice story.
It does.
It does suck to have to go through it.
Yeah. Well, you have your wife though,
right? And like that's another thing where we can compare it to Alder's Gap, right? Alder's Gap was the thing that like Erwin's death, and it was like that the most important man in my life just died, like, and so much of what he did after was kind of to honor the sacrifice that Erwin had made. And here Aeswin just watches Gorthrin distinguish himself not just amongst Salisbury knights, but the fucking Knights of the Round Table. And I think it's gonna be very hard for her not to feel left behind. Here, I was the daughter of the fucking marshal, and not only did I not get his job, but I have slumped into ignominy, and my friend is off. And it's like, does this fester? Is this going to become a bitterness? Is this going to test the friendship that she has with Gorthrin? I think we'll see.
Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly kind of what I was kind of asking about it, because it's certainly, that's how I would certainly feel. It's such what a fucking wonderful game. So we are okay. Well, we are way over time. So
yep.
We need to get out of here.
I can hear parenting calling me, so I gotta get to it. But
so, thank you all so much.
Good game.
And thank you. It was a great game today. And we'll be seeing you for next game.
Yeah.
Later.